Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So, are we getting a sequel to Aliens Fireteam Elite? Looking like we might do. Looking like we might do. For those that don't know, there was a pretty major Disney hack recently. Allegedly, anyway. Like, I don't know how valid all of this stuff is yet. And I don't think we'll ever really know, because I doubt Disney would want to confirm any of this if it was true. So, Alien Fireteam Elite was like a multiplayer group co-op game, basically. I played it here on the channel. Wasn't my jam. It was fine at best. It was just fine. And it's looking like they're sort of ramping up the potential for a sequel here. Which, if that's the case, good for people that enjoyed it. I'm not trying to poo-poo anyone that enjoyed that game. But we'll take a look at that. I think it would make sense that they're looking to capitalise on the recent buzz surrounding Alien. We've got Alien Romulus being released in a couple of weeks now, which is mad to think we'll get to see Alien in theatres again. I personally cannot wait. But then there's also a TV series in the works as well. In fact, by the end of this month now, it should be completely done and wrapped, production, and then obviously into the sort of post-production element of it all. So it makes sense that they'd look to capitalise on that. I don't think that's a huge stretch to the imagination. So we'll take a look. Hit subscribe if you're new here, and do turn those bell notifications on. I do delve into the sort of world of gaming news every so often when it's something which is relatively interesting. So let's take a look, shall we, ladies and gents? So this report here says, Alien Fireteam Elite sequel details allegedly leak online. So a new document, allegedly originating from the recent Disney leak, seems to detail a sequel to 2021's co-op shooter Aliens Fireteam Elite. And obviously the initial details of all of that has been shared online, which we'll take a look at. So a sequel to Cold Iron Studios' Aliens Fireteam Elite could be in development if a leaked document online is accurate and to be believed. As reported by Insider Gaming, the alleged document refers to the sequel as, quote, Project Macondo. Interesting name. It notes that the game is a new chapter in the Aliens Fireteam Elite series that, quote, improves upon mechanics, atmosphere, and excitement of the original. Now, fine. Again, for those that enjoyed it, excellent. No issue. I'm not trying to poo-poo and, piss in people's Cheerios here. Again, it does kind of make sense. We've had a few things now in the Alien world. It does seem like Disney and 20th Century are ramping things up, which is that's a good thing. I think personally, it's been a long time since we've had good stuff. And as much as it wasn't my cup of tea, the game was fine. It was a fine game. I personally just prefer I just like single player games. The game was never made for me. It's not my jam. Give me a sequel to Alien Isolation first and foremost. That's what I want. So, released in 2021, for those that don't know, Aliens Fireteam Elite is a third-person shooter inspired by the actions of Aliens Colonial Marines, developed in collaboration with Disney's 20th Century Games. The game acts as a sequel to the original Alien movie trilogy, which it does, and it's fine. So the game sees players take on the role of a colonial marine on board the UAS Endeavour, a ship tasked with responding to a distress call from the outer colonies. The campaign consists of 4 stories, each featuring 3 missions with various enemies, weapon customization options, and character progression. I didn't enjoy it because, one, it's not. I prefer first-person shooters anyway, but it was really short as well, and it was pretty light on story. And I like a story to get stuck into. I don't want to just mindlessly shoot things. It's not what I want. That's why Alien Isolation is my bag. There was a lot of story involved in that, and I like that. If you're a fan of the Alien world, I think most people would say that they want more story rather than just mindlessly shooting stuff. I could be wrong. You correct me down below. Anyway, so the leaked document alleges that players, quote, will fight through an epic new story campaign with a squad of 2 AI companions or live players. Play as a member of Dagger Company, a battalion of Spec Op xenomorph hunters, each with unique abilities and weapons. Engage in a diverse array of gameplay scenarios, including NPC interactions. Oh yes, we all love NPCs. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alternate paths, navigational challenges, and clue finding. So the minimum scope calls for 10 missions and around 8 hours of gameplay. So that's better, I think. Isn't it? If it was 4 stories, 3, 6... no, it's about the same, to be fair. While the ideal scope has 13 missions and 12 hours of gameplay, the number of characters ranges from 3 to 5, while there would be 13 total weapons and 9 core enemy types. Interestingly, the document reveals that Aliens Fireteam Elite 2 will feature fixed preset character archetypes and non-customizable characters. Each of the playable characters would have a unique signature weapon, an exclusive set of abilities, as well as a basic weapon. Apparently there's 5 playable characters, which are these. So, the Swift, Callsign Artemis, an agile giant slayer with throwing axes, who can unleash ninja quick melee strikers. What? Throwing axes with aliens? That's shit. The deadly Callsign Atlas, an unstoppable berserker battle mech, who uses a minigun, body-mounted cannons and hulking armor to smash through enemies. Makes a bit more sense. The Silent, Callsign Nyx, the silent assassin who uses a cloak device and precision sniping to defeat foes from afar. I'd like to understand how an alien would get... because aliens could see... predators. They could see predators that were cloaked in AVP and things like that. Pretty certain they could. I'm damn certain they could at one point, actually. I might be wrong. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty certain alien vision, unless it's the other way around. No, I'm pretty certain you could see them. Anyway. The commander, Callsign Vulcan, an inspiring leader who enhances the rest of the squad, quickly revives teammates and places shields. Fine. The ranger, Callsign Chiron, a tech specialist who deploys drones that scan for enemies and who wears an uplink that shares tactical data with squad mates. Fine, I guess. Everything's getting drones now. So apparently there's also mention of a new Annihilation mode, which is a spin on the traditional wave-based Horde mode, with objectives and encounters. This could include one map with anywhere from 1 to 6 arenas. I don't care about that. I used to like that on Gears of War, though. The game will not feature additional microtransactions or gacha loot box mechanics, although there is mention of the possibility of post-launch content in the form of additional Annihilation maps or story missions. Fine. So apparently this leak document stems from the 1.1 terabyte Disney leak. Nothing official has been announced yet, probably not. So here's this. It was just shared over on Reddit, but it says this: Project Macondo. There's not really much there, to be fair. It's just some information. It's fine. Again, not really anything huge in terms of information. It says about categories and what people do and how they get around and stuff like that. Social. Key social features. Project Macondo will not support native in-game voice or text chat. Players will be able to communicate using first-party chat using the Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation platform social tools. Meh. Monetization. I mean, it's good that there's no microtransactions, to be fair. I mean, all that's good. Post-launch editions. Post-launch content is to be confirmed, but might include additional Annihilation maps or story mission DLC. Fine, I guess. Peggy 18 expected due to mature content and violence. That's pretty cool. So there you go. I mean, there's not a lot there, to be fair. When it says here, player fantasy is the centerpiece of the Aliens Fireteam Elite 2 story experience. When we refer to player fantasy, we mean the emotional and psychological experience that allows players to immerse themselves in a game world. The single element of game design directly impacts the player's enjoyment and engagement in a game. I've just bloody enlarged it too much. The more powerful the fantasy, the stronger and more immediate the player's experience. We're going to deliver a very specific player fantasy, being a special forces operator in the Aliens universe. In our game, the player is put in the shoes of a soldier of the Directed Action Group. Alright. DAG, also known as Dagger Company, a unit of specialised soldiers tasked with rapid response to suspected xenomorph activity. Sure, fine. There you go. I mean, I think it's cool that we are getting some more stuff. You know, I'm happy with that. It actually does say, ultimately, we aim for our story to contribute to the Aliens canon in the same way that the best films in the franchise have, by asking tantalising questions that provoke engagement long after the experience. Okay, so it's supposed to be an Alien canon. That's quite cool. But there you go. I mean, what else do you say to it? Aliens Fireteam Elite 2? Yay or nay? Let me know down below, I guess. Leave your thoughts there if you want to help me out, because I do get demonetised here. You know, YouTube loves to penalise people that don't toe the line. I've got Patreon, which is linked down below. So it would be great if you could help out if you want. Support on a monthly basis. There are rewards there, like some interaction stuff and, you know, some other games and the like. But anyway, cheers guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.